Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. It's going to be another amazing day, an amazing week. Today we have my new friend Janet McConnell on. It's going to be so awesome. So make sure, share this out, tag your friends. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Michelle Martin and Farmers Insurance, Country Vitamins, The Oaks at Lebanon, and Hope 107.9 Radio. For more information on Michelle Martin and Farmers Insurance and their insurance products, call 541-981-2616. And for more information on Country Vitamins in Corvallis, Oregon, and their vitamins and supplements, go to countryvitamins.com. And for more information on the Oaks at Lebanon Retirement and Assisted Living, go to lebanonretirement.com. And finally, for more information on Hope 107.9 Radio in Albany, Oregon, and their amazing programs, go to hope1079.com. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Ta-da! Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. It is another great day, the start of another great week. Are you excited? I am. That's right. You know what? I am one of those crazy guys who loves Mondays. Yes, I do. I love Monday. Why? Why do you love Monday? I know there's a lot of you out there asking. Well, first of all, grab another sip of coffee. Coffee, by the way. Let me see if I say that right. Coffee. There you go. This will help you. So it is a new opportunity, a blessing, new opportunity, new possibilities for you in your life. Hey, you woke up on the right side and you're still living. You should be praising God and be thankful for today. So here we go. I am ready to roll. And Janet is going to be with us today. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So you know what you need to do right off the bat before I tell you anything else is you need to share this out. If you would be so kind, please share this out. Please tag your friends. Let them know, because you know what? It's Monday and a lot of people need that. Even though I love Mondays, I love when people remind me that things are on. So if you'd be so kind, please tag people. You can hit that share button or just put the @ sign down in the comments and tag your friends. Do that now and let them know what's going on. We need that. All of us need to work together because we are better together. It's true. It's really true. So Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. What in the world is that all about? Well, I'm telling you, I am all about how amazing people connect. That is the theme of the show. What does that mean? Well, amazing people like Janet that are great connectors with me and with other people. You know what? Connection and community building, in my humble estimation, is at the foundation of any good marketing plan, any good business, really any good life. So connecting and building community with other people is such an amazing thing. In fact, I have been so blessed as I prepare to go to PodFest this week in Orlando, Florida. Super excited about that. As I prepare to go, I've been connecting and trying to build community online and do things. It's going to be so exciting. I'm going to be able to see so many people that maybe I knew online, but I have met in person. Also, going to meet new friends and build new community. There will be thousands of people there. I'm so excited. Going to be there with my good friend and co-host of a couple of my other live streams, The Experience Live and The Experience Local, Mr. D. Scott Smith. And so it's going to be so fun. And Mr. Mike Asherbrenner, the Hounds of Business, will be there, be one of our roommates. So it's going to be so much fun. And this is what it's all about, coming together. And that's what the show is all about. Well, as you can tell, I love to build community and connect. So I want to connect with you. Go to russhedge.com. I keep it really simple. I think it's a really good thing for you to know and to think about in all your business. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And so I keep it simple, and russhedge.com is how you find me. So if you can put a .com and then to my name, you're good to go. There you go. You know what? I also would love it if you would join our YouTube community. It is growing by leaps and bounds. Go to marketingwithruss.live. Again, very simple. If you know the name of this show, you know the name of my YouTube page. Marketingwithruss.live is the way you get there. Just type that in. In fact, you could open another tab right now before we get going. Open another tab, type in marketingwithruss.live, and then subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, you're going to want to, because you're probably going to want to go back and watch this episode with Janet again. And you're going to want to tell your friends about it later. Where do I go? Well, YouTube's an easy place to find it. So don't forget that we broadcast on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. LinkedIn and YouTube, after we're done, sits there forever as a video podcast, forever. Facebook is 30 days. So you've got forever to deal with this. And so that is so great, because you can use that, the connections that you make today, or the connections you make if you're watching on replay. Remember, if you're watching on replay on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, you can do the exact same things as we do live. You can comment, you can talk to people, you connect to people right here in the comments of the show, or you can also connect directly with people, with Janet, with me, with other people in the comments. So it is crucial that you do that, because it's great for your business. All right. Then also there's more. It converts to audio podcast. Man, if you don't have time to watch it all, listen on any of the major live stream podcast networks. Amazon, Spotify, you listen on Apple Podcasts, on iHeartRadio, XM Radio, Pandora. It goes on and on and on. All the major ones, it's there, so you can listen. So would love you to do that. Okay. And one more thing. Remember, when you go to russhedge.com, you can also look at my new book and other books. Life Happens, and Then You Choose is my new book. Wow. What a blessing from God. A way to inspire and encourage you and let you know that, you know what, every day life is happening, but you get to choose what happens from there. Life happens, and then you choose every moment of the day. Also, you get my other books, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, and my anthology books that I was part of, 6 in total, and a workbook for Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. So there's 7 things on there to get. Pick those up. Would love for you to do that. It'll definitely bless you. I'm telling you, this new book especially, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about it. You definitely want to get a copy of that. You get it in ebook, you get it in paperback or hardback. Hard copy is really, really nice. It's a really, really nice copy. So, okay. Anyway, with that, we have one more thing to do. The marketing tip of the day. We do this every Monday and Thursday. And then this will get cut out and put out separately on YouTube Shorts, on social media, so you can share just the marketing tip of the day. I would love it if you would like it, share it, comment, no matter where you're watching, no matter what you're watching. If you're watching the whole show or the marketing tip of the day, whatever, please do that. It helps us, and it also is a blessing for you and other people that you share it with. And I'm so thankful for the engagement. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. You're never too old. That's right. You are never too old to do amazing things, the amazing things God created you to do. And today I want to encourage you. You know, this is in line with my amazing guest today. And I want to encourage you that do not let your age hold you back. You're never too young. You're never too young. You're never too old. It doesn't matter what age you are. Just having an amazing conversation with people online about age and capabilities. And you know what? Don't let people sell you short. Don't let people hold you down. Don't let yourself hold you down. Limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome creep in, take over, and they limit what we can actually do. Sometimes we're our worst enemy, but we can also be our best advocate. Remember, life happens and then you choose every moment. So as life is happening to you, choose to do amazing things no matter what age you're at. So remember, you're never too old. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. That'll get cut out, be put out. You're going to want to see that again. Okay, Janet, are you ready? She's back there. She's so excited. Here she comes. Hello, Janet.
Hello.
I wonder in the world am I going to get in, right?
Well, it's so funny because I've only just met you, but we already have a lot in common. I figured out. I love Mondays, and I always am saying you're never too old. So we're definitely, in a parallel lane right now.
There we go. Well, it is so, so true. And I thought you would be in alignment with that. So listen, let's start off at the beginning. Because Janet, you're doing amazing things out there. Tell everybody, who in the world is Janet McConnell? What are you up to?
Well, thank you for that great introduction and the opportunity to join you today, because I'm really looking forward to this conversation. So for your viewers and listeners, I'm Janet McConnell. I'm an author, a speaker, a bodybuilding competitor, a fitness coach, and a longtime student of reinvention. So my professional life has a wide variety to it. I had been a middle school teacher, director of operations for an educational software company, marketing for a private robotics and animation university, and owning my own fitness business. I came to publishing my own book later in life after a significant health crisis in my mid-40s that forced me to rethink not only how I live in my body, but how I understood aging, identity, and possibility. So my book, Elements of Aging Well, grew out of the questioning. It's part memoir, part reflection, part practical philosophy. And while it includes general fitness guidelines for midlife and beyond, I didn't want to write another fitness book. So what I did instead was I reflected more deeply on what it actually means to sustain a meaningful life over time. And I've spent decades working at the intersection of physical practice, storytelling, mindset, and writing has become a place where those threads come together for me. And I'm especially interested in how creative work evolves as we age, and how the older we get, that experience deepens rather than diminishes our voice. And so like you, I do have a thriving YouTube channel where I'm able to speak to wider audiences that are definitely interested in what is life after 50, from 50 to infinity. What are the things, what are the tools, what is the community, and what do we need to help do things to support each other? So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
That is so amazing, because it's interesting. As I get ready to go to PodFest this week, there was a question that came out: is it too old to start podcasting and live streaming after the age of 50? Well, I was well over the age of 50 when I started. So, and you know what? It is never too late to do it. So many people, I understand. People say age is just a number. Well, there is a little bit more to it than that. It's not just a number, but it is a mindset. It is definitely a mindset. And so you can achieve and do so many amazing things, no matter what your age you are. I know people in their 70s, 80s. My mother and father-in-law are in their 90s and doing amazing things still. So there's so much possibility that God has put before us. I am just really blessed. So when I don't know if you want to go in a little bit to your health crisis and how that drove you. That would be just really interesting if you could give us just a little snippet on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I started out life as a very healthy person. I was a robust child, competed in sports. I was just a little badass. And then I became an adult, graduated from college, went into business. And when I went into business, I just went in full bore. And kind of, I was healthy, so I didn't think about continuing with that. It's always been there. It'll always be there. I'm just a healthy person. And I found out after, a decade or more of traveling all over the country, speaking, working with clients, and living in hotels and airplanes and airports, what that really does to your health. It goes downhill pretty quickly. And it kind of happens behind the scenes. You don't realize it's happening until you go to your doctor and you have your annual physical and you get a blood test that comes back and it has really bad news. And my doctor just sat me down at the age of 46 and said, Janet, I don't know what's going on, but you have high blood pressure, high triglycerides, high cholesterol, and you are borderline obese. And you are on your way to early heart disease. And this is at age 46. So that was like being, thumped between the eyes with just the truth. I couldn't run away from the numbers. And it just scared the heck out of me, which I'm glad it did. It should. And so I just thought, I'm too young to be this old. And he wanted to give me all these prescription medications without ever talking about what I was eating, how I was moving, how I was sleeping, how I was managing stress, all the things that feed into those not very positive numbers. So I rebelled. I wouldn't take the prescriptions. And I said, just give me 6 months. Give me 6 months to pull myself together and find a way around this without having to take a stack of prescriptions that my grandmother was taking. So I bargained with him and he said, okay, I'll give you 6 months. I'm going to call your bluff, little lady. And so finally, I just left his office and had a meltdown. And then I went to work and told my boss. My boss said, well, I don't know what to tell you, but I have a trainer. He's pretty good. Why don't you just train, exercise, every week and see if that helps. So I signed up with a trainer who happened to be into strength training. And I went 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 a.m. for 6 months. And when I went back to my doctor to do the follow-up and check my bloods again, I had lost 35 pounds and I was out of all the dangers. All of my numbers were in the safe zone, including weight loss, obviously, because that was part of it. I mean, I was still a little bit fluffy, Russ, but I was in way better shape. And that sent me on a trajectory that was absolutely life-changing. It makes me think of your book title, Life Happens and Then You Choose, because my life would not be this now if I hadn't faced that crisis and had that obstacle to deal with. So I became a personal fitness trainer. I became a bodybuilding competitor on the national stage. And I've competed multiple times, multiple trophies in my 60s. I'm going to be 70 in May. And I'm still competing.
Wow. Wow. You would never know that. I'm telling you. Well, I just want to say life does happen every day and then you choose, and I think what is so important to get out of what you're saying is that you can make drastic and amazing changes in your life, but sometimes we have to go through tough things. I'm a strong man of faith and believing that, God works all things for the good and that we're going to have trouble in this life. But you know what? We can overcome that with God's help and do good things like you're doing. And what is amazing is I had to go through and have been going through a cancer journey the last 3.5 years of my life. It has made so many good and positive things come out of my life. It's just amazing. When I went into this, I thought no matter what happens to me, I'm going to make good, positive changes, not only in how I take care of myself, how I treat people, how I do things, how I'm more active, because I was always an active guy. But, you know what? When your mortality is put in front of you, suddenly you start thinking that today's the day. That's what really your theme, right? Today's the day. Why wait? Can't wait till tomorrow. We want to do something. My beautiful wife says to me, today's the day, right?
Yeah.
And so I just think that's so amazing. So you made this amazing. Oh my goodness. It gets me so excited. All the things you've done. And I cannot believe no one would in a million years would guess your age. No, not even close. So tell me, so as you got into this and all these great things happening, when was the little light that came on that said, hey, I need to help people. I can help people with this.
Oh yeah, that is a powerful thing because of course, I was just doing this for myself to save my life in the beginning. But then as I continued in strength training and learning about nutrition and how to eat, to have a lean body and a strong body, I completely transformed. If you were to look, I have a picture that I often use in my marketing materials that is 42, 52, and 62 lined up side by side. And from beginning to end, I do not look like the same person. I am a completely new human being from the cells out. And that really just the impact of that, I realized I need to tell people about this. I always joke, we have that meme in our culture about the born again Christian. I was a born again bodybuilder. So I proselytized to everyone, you've got to do this. You can't believe what can happen to you. And then had to soften it a little bit because as it turns out, my fitness clients don't want to be bodybuilding competitors for some reason. They just want to be healthy.
And let me add into that. I love what you just said. We get so excited about things in life that really don't really make a difference. A good example is I love sports. I get so excited. I'm just going to tell everybody I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan being here in the Northwest. Can't wait for Seattle to win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah. But you know what? We're rooting, we're cheering, we're telling everybody about it. And then we think to our life and the things that really make a difference, how we do that, whether it's our faith in God, whether it's our fitness and our health goals and things, we should be excited about it. And even if your clients don't want to be fitness professionals, you be excited and direct them the direction they need to go, right? I mean, but people thrive off of that. They get so excited when you're excited.
Right.
And so I just love that, Jenna. Okay, keep going. Sorry, I got excited there.
So I got my fitness certification, my training certification, and began training clients. And I slowly moved more and more into that area of my career and left my corporate career behind and just went full on into this new kind of path. And I felt that the reason what really drew me was I saw, well, you know this as well as I do, that the impact you make on another person's life is so powerful for them and for you because you realize you were instrumental in them making a better decision today to do something for tomorrow. And while I was impacting people in my corporate career, this was more personal, more passionate, and I just went all in. So I have a YouTube channel that is growing. I have a book. I speak on big stages, and I train my clients. And I feel like I feel like I'm 25 again. Like I've started over on a whole new life. And I want people to know this, that no matter what it is you're doing, if you are on fire and passionate about it, it is one of the best gifts of getting older. And right now I'm working on a course and a book called Unretired and Unstoppable. And it's the idea.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's the idea around the premise of it is easy is the enemy and challenge is the cure. Because that's kind of what it is when you're older. People say, oh, getting old is not for the weak. Well, no kidding. So you better be ready for it. But you better just, get your dukes up. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. You know what? I really felt this last year. So last year was a crazy year for me. So at the beginning of 2025, I ended up in the hospital with complications from cancer treatment. And you know what? I told God, you know what? I have a theme. God's not done with me yet. And I tell everybody, I'm going with whatever I have left. God's not done with me yet. I'm still here. And I said, I want to get out there and make a difference. And God says, well, get your book out there, because I had been planning to write this book for the 3 years and cancer had slowed it down. And so I got really on it, and I said, okay, God, so does that mean that when I get this book out, you're done with me? And I said, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because I want to make an impact and do whatever I can now, because we all have an expiration date. That's not a negative. Okay. These bodies are going to die, everybody. No, it doesn't matter how good a shape you're in, all that you do, there will come a time. And that is not a negative. That should challenge you and drive you, like Janet says, to be all that you can be now. You're never too old. Get moving, do something now, because you have amazing things before you that are just waiting for you to do. I mean, God has given us all a God-given purpose in life. What is yours, right? So, okay, Janet, listen, wow, we're going to have to schedule a follow-up, because this is way too good. So, okay. So what I would like is for you to give us your gold nugget of today, which means give us what you really don't want people to forget from our conversation today, and let everybody know how they get in touch with you, of course, so they can get more information. And that would be awesome. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think that easy as the enemy challenges the cure is one of the things I want people to remember, because when you reach a roadblock, that's a teacher, and take it in. What is the lesson? Rather than getting discouraged or scared. But probably one of the other things that I like for people to remember as an impact is aging is inevitable, but decay is optional.
Ooh, I like that. That is so good. So good. All right. Let everybody know how they get in touch with you too.
Okay, well, the two best places, one of them is on LinkedIn, where that's where we met. And then the other one is on YouTube, Aging Strong for Life. And I see that you have the address, the YouTube address there on the screen. And
Yep.
so that's the other really good way to connect with me, because those are the two places where I post content every day, or at least on YouTube twice a week, but on LinkedIn 5 days a week. There's nuggets about mindset and about busting through old beliefs or ideas that we have about aging that can be very uplifting and can kind of open a dialogue. And I'm happy to engage in that with everyone.
Oh my goodness, that is so great. That is so great. Well, everybody, the information is right there below us. It's in the comments and the show notes. And guess what? It's clickable. What did that mean? You can just click on it and go to Janet. You don't even have to remember what it is. There you go. And whether you're watching live or on replay, you can click on it. If you're listening, of course, you may have troubles clicking on it. And if you're driving, please don't try to click. But you will have all the information there. And all you have to do is go to one of my sites to get all the information, because it's right there. So you've obviously found me already. So there you go. So I just want to thank you so much, Janet. Amazing. We're definitely going to schedule a follow-up if it's okay with you, and talk some more, because I want everybody to know that aging is inevitable. But what was the last part?
Decay is optional.
Decay is optional, for sure, for sure. And life happens every day, but you get to choose where you go. And let's say today is our last day on earth. Guess what? We have all kinds of time to do stuff. Get busy, right? Do what you can do. That's exciting, because we waste so much time. So Janet, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm going to send you out to the green room and say goodbye, but please hang tight, and I'll be there right after I wrap things up.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Amazing. You know what? I just want everybody to know that this whole book that I wrote and her book that she wrote are something you should get right now. Right now. You go to russhedge.com for my book, and we got the information in the comments and the show notes for Janet's book, because It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. It doesn't matter where you are. You still are capable of so many things. And also, let me tell you, it doesn't matter if you have disabilities even. I know what you're telling me, Russ, you don't understand what I'm going through. You're right. I don't know what you're going through exactly, but I have my own disabilities from the cancer treatment and different things. I can barely hear, but guess what? I can do a live stream because I find ways to do it, that I can make it happen. There's so many things that can be challenging in life, but we can just catapult ourselves over them and do amazing things in spite of them, because we choose whatever, whatever is possible for us. Let's make it happen. So excited you're all here today. And it's been amazing as always. I'm telling you, this group and this community is amazing. And thanks for dropping in, Colleen. Always so glad to have you here. And she has her own stuff going on, so I just appreciate her dropping in. That is so great. Guess what, everybody? There is still ways. If you missed this, you go to YouTube. Please subscribe at marketingwithruss.live. All of the live streams are there, as well as other great content. But if you subscribe, simple little act, there's thousands of people, thousands of connections just on my site that will add value to your life. So please go there today. RussHedge.com. That's where you find me, everything about me. My live streams are there. My books are there. My cancer journey is there. If you want to learn more about that and be encouraged in your life, you'll find it in the book, but you'll also find it on my website. There's also free stuff there, learning how to connect and build community. Thank you for still sharing this and tagging your friends, because it doesn't matter when you're watching this. You can still do it. And I appreciate that. And it has just been an amazing, amazing show, like always. The start of another great week. And wow, I don't know what else to say. I'm so excited. So it's going to be a great week. Remember also, besides getting the book and doing all the things there, I wanted to remind you that we are sponsor driven and listener supported. So without you, we can't do it. Thank you to Michelle Martin Farmers, to Country Vitamins and Pat. Thank you to the Oaks at Lebanon and Jenny. And thank you to Hope 107.9 and all of their amazing music. Also, if you feel so led, I feel like this is a ministry. And the only reason we do it is because of your support, because it does cost a lot to do these shows and get everything out there and do all the things that we do. So there is a QR code you can scan. There's a link in the comments. And you know what? No big deal anyway. But if you feel like it and you want to tip us a little bit to help us keep moving, that would be great. Any amount helps. Also, I'm headed to PodFest. And because of you and your sponsorships, I am able to go. And so thank you for all of that. What a blessing you are. So with that, we're gone for today. We'll be back Thursday. It's going to be an amazing week. All right, everybody. See ya. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.